Look, I know we all saw the lizard get kicked by a ghost, but if you pause it at the right moment, we can kind of see who does it.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Hello, Spider-Man fans. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Doing my best to get that awkward Tobey stance. Am I doing good? The Spider-Man No Way Home official trailer has landed. Spider-Man fans everywhere are going crazy with some of the big reveals in this trailer. I already went ahead and did a shot-for-shot trailer breakdown, pointing out some Easter eggs you might have missed, detailing you all the new suits and their capabilities. I'll link that video in the description, but what we're going to be talking about here is some of the newer details that have been discovered in this Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, because of course, there's fans out there watching this 100 times, and when you watch it that many times, you're bound to find something. So I'm going to need you Spider-Man fans to give me your opinions with all these new details that have been discovered and your theories to what exactly this could mean. And real quick, just to celebrate the occasion of the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer releasing, I'll be doing a giveaway of the 3 Marvel Legend figures involved with Spider-Man No Way Home. Really dig these guys. I got my own right up front. All you have to do is hit that like button, be subscribed, and comment down below you want to be entered, and I'll pick someone at random in 72 hours. Alright, so starting off with one of the first big details that is being caught around the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer is it looks like people are not taking the bait that MJ will be the one to be killed off in Spider-Man No Way Home, and instead Spider-Man will be suffering a different loss, his Aunt May. In the trailer, they try to do a good job editing wise of mixing around a couple of scenes, but fans have now kind of put it together where it looks very clear that the start of the scene will be Sandman and Electro going to Peter Parker's apartment, breaking in, this being specifically led by Green Goblin, who has a history of going after Peter Parker's Aunt May like he did in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, where he will be throwing one of his pumpkin bombs that is exploding right before Spider-Man can catch it. And then if you play a different scene from this trailer, Aunt May looks to be literally running towards that bomb. This would absolutely be a devastating loss for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Aunt May is arguably one of the people in Peter Parker's life that he loves unconditionally, and to see her die, I feel for sure would be a very dark moment in the movie. But jumping off from that, why exactly would Green Goblin be going after Aunt May? You would think the obvious with what Doctor Strange mentioned in the trailer, that they are being sent back to their reality, and they know if they go back to their reality, they'll just end up dead, so they're just fighting for their lives here. But it feels like something bigger's going on here, because I don't think Aunt May is running towards the pumpkin bomb to like save Peter. It seems like she's dead set on a mission, and if you pause it at the right moments, you can see Aunt May is holding some sort of device in her hand. It also seems like a bit of green is coming off of this device. It looks a little too small to be a cell phone. I have a strong feeling that once these villains are locked away in their Doctor Strange prison, they obviously get a lot of their gadgets taken away from them, one of them probably being the bag that has Green Goblin's gadgets, including some Green Goblin toxic serum. It could be that Peter stashed that away in his apartment, and now the Goblin is coming back in order to be able to suit up fully and get what he needs. And I'm aware that might be a bit of a stretch, but I could see it working, especially since we have 2 different outfits for Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin in this movie. One where he has his 2002 suit all nice and intact, and then in another shot of the trailer, he's almost like a hobo Green Goblin with goggles and a scarf, looking to be getting the rest of his material. The other thing that fans have pointed out that I actually got wrong in my trailer breakdown is whenever this sequence is happening where you see Electro and Dr. Octopus most likely going up to Peter Parker's apartment building, I thought it was reminiscent to the scene where Dr. Octopus was going after Aunt May like he did in his movie. But now fans are starting to point out what makes more sense here is that Dr. Octopus has actually turned good by this point and is actually trying to stop the Sinister Six from going after Aunt May. Because it does look kind of like Electro did hurt Dr. Octopus and he's about to fall to the ground in this moment. This is the crazy part about Spider-Man No Way Home and why I feel like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield showing up in the movie is essential, because they are continuing off from where we last saw them in their universe, and well, Dr. Octopus was a good guy where he was willing to sacrifice himself for New York City, to then bringing him into the MCU where he's fighting Spider-Man thinking he's actually fighting Tobey Maguire, but then realizing it's actually Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It would make sense after all the confusion and Dr. Octopus is locked away in the Doctor Strange prison and gets an idea of what's going on around him, he realizes, oh, I don't want to be any part of this, and I need to help the Peter Parker of this universe. This would also explain why we see no sign of him in the final battle where Spider-Man is fighting off the Sinister Six, and it seems like we only have Sandman, Electro, and Lizard here. Dr. Octopus might be dying at the hands of one of the fellow villains in here trying to protect Peter Parker's Aunt May. Jumping from there to another villain, Electro here, elaborating a little further in something I mentioned in my trailer breakdown, is fans now are really starting to believe that Electro's suit upgrade is involving a Tony Stark arc reactor that either Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, or one of the other scientist villains make up for him in able to control his powers. If we even go back to earlier shots in the trailer where Spider-Man is in his black and gold suit using his magical web shooters, that I gotta say is one of the most badass shots in this trailer. But in this sequence, it's been said that Spider-Man gets these magical web shooters very early on in the movie to catch the Sinister Six for the first time to put them in their prisons. So this would definitely be way before Electro gets his suit upgrade in the final battle. I'm thinking he does look like the way he did in Amazing Spider-Man 2, where he's all blued out and anything he touches turns to electricity. Once he's given that suit upgrade with the Tony Stark arc reactor, fans have also noticed it's very similar to the suit that Whiplash used or the early versions of the Iron Man suit before all the armor is put on, making us think there will be a sequence in here where the Sinister Six villains break into some sort of Tony Stark lab and steal a lot of his old equipment. And again, even though I hate the use of Tony Stark technologies connected to the villains, I feel like this is a really great motive for Electro to stay bad in the movie, because one thing he hated is being permanently blue and not being able to touch a single soul. So when he's gifted the ability to look normal and control his abilities, he's not gonna want to lose that no matter what. Bringing us to one of the most popular little details going around with the Spider-Man No Way Home community, and that's the sequence where we see MJ falling to the ground. Now, I think it's the worst kept secret by now. It's obvious that the Spider people, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, are part of this final battle, and they have just been edited out of the movie. Heck, there's other sequences in this trailer that fans believe it's Tobey Maguire or Spider-Man. Specifically, this shot here of Spider-Man running away from Electro. If you pause it at the right moment, his eyes look identical to Tobey Maguire's eyes. Not to mention that this whole location has already been leaked through set photos, kind of proving those things to be legitimate. Some people are saying that this specific shot in the trailer is the arm of one of the Spider people, but other people have already pointed out that this is actually just a rope that is very common in construction and scaffolding work, so people don't be falling off MJ style. So even if that might not be real, I still believe the Spider people are in here. So with that in mind, that the Spider people are obviously here whenever MJ goes for that dive and Tom Holland's Spider-Man attempts to save her, fans currently believe that it's a possibility that this isn't even Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and instead we're seeing Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man going through the exact same situation he went through in his movie where he lost Gwen Stacy, only this time he will actually save MJ, kind of redeeming himself or bringing himself full circle. And I feel like that would be extremely poetic and so well done, and something that I would love to see from Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. It also makes sense because another shot in the trailer, you do have Spider-Man and MJ kissing as the sun rises, and this is probably the last kiss between Peter Parker and MJ before the whole world, including her, forgets that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. But those are just some of the things I caught in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. I want to know from you guys, are there any more details you caught that I might have missed? Anything you want to debunk on these theories or elaborate further on them? Very happy to hear from you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.